It's go time. That's right, you did it. Despite the fact that all the robots want to keep you in your lane, you happen to click on this thing, probably because you wanted to know what is the one magic trick that everybody on the planet needs to learn, and you have stumbled into a wider world. That's right. Welcome to day 125 of Office Hours. What's Office Hours? Look, you've been to university, maybe not. That's where your professor shows up at the office, does whatever he's going to do, but you're welcome to ask any question you please. What is Scam School? Well, it turns out once upon a time, there was a thing called Scam School. It was the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. But then, it came and went. And now, as a result, hold on, wait, I can fix all of this, I swear. There we go. Now we revisit the good old days through a new lens. We find out, does the show hold up? Did it make a mark on the universe like we thought? And more importantly, what lessons can we learn today? These folks right over here, these are the hardcores, the Diamond Club, the elites. They're the only people I care about. Maybe you used to be among them, but you are lapsed. Welcome back. We are happy to have you. All you have to do is show up pretty much every morning, usually between 9 and 10 a.m. I make sure to post a video about it. Show up, say hello, and you earn your diamond wings. That means you get to flash this sign when I am in your town, and you get my full attention instantly. Speaking of which, you may have noticed, yes, bookings are now open for keynotes this fall. If you ain't heard, I'm in the middle of revolutionizing security awareness training. I could get there. It's early. I have not yet had my coffee, so I'm going to watch this episode of the Key Card, and I want you to ask yourself while we're watching, why does Brian think this is the one trick everybody must know? The most important trick of all time. Here we go. This episode of Scam School brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Welcome to your daily recommended dose of vitamin kick-ass and mineral holy crap. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and today I share with you the single greatest bar scam possibly ever. It is responsible for the most drinks ever won with a deck of cards. Let's check it out. Hey man, I'm Brian. What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin, it's good to meet you. Listen, at the time that we're recording this, we have shot over 20 episodes of Scam School, and there's one line we've never crossed until now. Sorry.
Sorry for you. That's awful.
Now, don't worry though. We are going to do a card trick, but it is a pretty kick-ass one, and I'm going to tell you how it's done.
All right.
You ready? Here's what we're going to do. First of all, one of the things to check is that we don't truck in any fake decks of cards. Everything we do at Scam School involves a real deck of cards, 52 different ones. I want you to pick any one you want. Don't let me see it. Let me know what you got. You got it? No, I mean, yeah. You got it? Take a look at it. Make sure you remember it. You got it?
Okay, yeah. This one?
Got it. All right, I'm going to be very fair here. You just say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
All right, you want me to keep going, or you felt like I influenced you?
Stop.
Okay, go ahead and sit there. All right, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to see that I'm not keeping any breaks. I'm not holding a pinky break. I'm not using a short card, anything like that. Nothing's marked. I think we can agree that your card is somewhere in the middle of the deck. Now you might think Brian's so super awesome with the deck of cards that he knows that it's exactly 52 cards down from the top or whatever. So I'm going to cut it 1, 2, 3 times. In fact, we'll actually make sure. In fact, you do me a favor. You cut the cards.
All right.
Awesome. We'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and cut the card or complete the cut. Here, do it again. Go ahead and cut as many cards as you want. There you go. We'll go ahead and complete the cut. One more time. All right, now at this point, we've cut the cards like 7, 8 times, right? Now it could be that I have an eagle eye. Not only am I controlling exactly where the card is, but I'm also watching where you do it. But even if that was how I was doing it, you'd have to admit that's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, now here's the thing. This is not about the cards. This is about you. You remember your card, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the cards. You're going to watch the cards
I'm going to be watching you.
Okay.
When you see your card, don't react.
Okay.
All right? Because I'm going to see if I can nail it. You ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Keep your eyes on the cards. Kevin,
Yeah.
would you be absolutely amazed if the next card I turned over was your card?
I would, yeah.
Would you buy me a beer if I nailed it?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. All right, fine.
Two parts to this one. The first is figuring out which one's their card. The second part is learning how to lie without saying anything. First of all, what you do is you really do give them any choice of any card in the entire deck. Go ahead and take it. And then let them make sure to remember it. And then we'll put that back in. All right, now here's what happened. All right, actually, you hold on to that card. You picked a card.
Yeah.
And what I did was I riffled a bunch of cards and you said stop.
Yeah.
When you said stop, I said put the card back in the deck.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I looked away, right?
Yeah.
The reason I looked away was so I could see what the bottom card in this right hand was. So I don't know what your card is. I don't know where your card is. But when you put it on top and I drop this card on top, I know it's underneath the Ace of Hearts.
Yeah.
Magicians call this the key card principle, right? And you cut the cards as many times as you want. Believe it or not, cutting the cards does not shuffle them up. It does not mix the cards. Because if you think about it, all cutting does is change where the break is in the circle of cards. You understand? Even if by random happenstance, let's say by random chance, you happen to cut between the ace and your card, the next time I cut the cards, it would just put them right back together again. You follow?
Yeah.
So that's why the only thing you got to make sure is that you complete the cut every single time. So I cut the cards a bunch of times, you cut the cards a bunch of times, and then finally we agree that it's somewhere in the deck we don't know where. Then comes the setup. Then comes the lie. I start going through the cards. Now, I make sure to make it clear that your job is to watch the cards, and I'm going to be watching you. This makes you focus on the cards, and it gives you something to think about while we go through them. I'm actually not watching you either. I'm watching the cards. The whole time I'm thinking Ace of Hearts, 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 because I know as soon as I see the Ace of Hearts that that's going to be your card. I still don't give it up. I know that the Ace of Hearts is the key card. The next card must be yours, so I kick it out. And then I keep going. And I'm like, okay, now I know that it's the 10 of spades. And I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. I make sure that it's in a place where you're able to see it the entire time. And then I lie without saying anything. I flick the card and I say, how amazed would you be if the next card I turn over was your card? And of course you say you'd be very amazed. I say, you know, buy me a drink. And you're like, sure. Now you were a little bit hesitant because you know I'm always up to something. But most people will think they have one over on you because they see their card and they know that they're screwed, right? Or they think that you're the one who's screwed. So instead, you wait till they give the bet, you set the card down, and you turn over their card.
That's awesome, man.
You like that?
Yeah, it's great.
Appreciate it, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
Now remember, the key to pulling off this scam is convincing the mark that the card you're referring to is the one in your hand. So make sure your entire body posture is referring to that exact card. Now I know you'll have a lot of success with this scam, so I want to hear about it. Post it at the forums at revision3.com/scamschool. Any questions, or if you want to suggest your favorite bar trick, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Don't forget, next episode, very special one. We're going to learn how to crack a safe using canned air and a golf tee. Until then, I'll be at the bar. Do you know who we love this much? Our sponsors at GoDaddy.com. Get reliable, secure web hosting without the long-term contract. GoDaddy.
All right. They ain't paying us. We're skipping in this. There we go. But we will give credit to the credits. Yeah. All right, so
And now, a word from our sponsor.
wait, what?
Frederator. Oh my god, what the hell? That's really, whoa, that's weird.
What is that? Is that a baked-in ad? What is that?
And now, a word from our sponsor. Frederator. Oh my god, what the hell? That's really, whoa, that's weird.
Channel Frederator, I guess, was tied in with, whoops, there we go. There we go. We want this. Meow. Channel Frederator. Revision 3. Let's see if we got something. Was Channel Frederator associated with Revision 3? Oh, here we go. Revision 3, Frederator? No. Oh. Frederator Studios, maybe? Revision. I guess, we'll just ask a robot. That'll be the easiest. Here we go. Hey, I was watching an old episode of Scam School from 2008, and there was an ad for Frederator Studios at the end of it. Is that, was there an association between Revision 3 and Frederator Studios? Be specific and don't hallucinate anything. Do your research. That's kookaburra. We'll see whether or not that got anything. Yeah, the upload got compromised. It came from inside the house. Maybe, man. There's a lot of really weird stuff that's happening now that agents are on the scene. So, yeah, thank you very much, Earth56. That is one of the reasons that I think this is an extremely good card trick. We'll go through the rest of it. Sorry, I'm chasing this beagle right now. I'll tell you what, Sling and Nerd, what you're describing is the phenomenon known as the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge. And it is powerful, and it is one of the hardest things for magicians to get past, because we all get fooled by a trick. We love it, we buy it, we find out the trick, and then when we find out how easy it's done with a marked deck or with a fake thumb or whatever, then we suddenly think, well, this must be bad and no good. To be honest, we're seeing an echo of that right now with AI. Everybody's amazed by something, and then they find out that they used AI and they could do it themselves, and suddenly they have a knee-jerk reaction because of the curse of knowledge. Now, in the case of AI, it is a rapidly shifting meta on that, but that is the same psychological feeling that we have that just kind of kicks us in the gut there. Let's see. There's not any evidence of... Yep. Okay. The most plausible explanation is cross-promotion inserted at the distribution platform layer. TiVo Cast era bundles, network promo slates rather than a corporate relationship. There is at least one third-party episode note claiming a Frederator's ad after the Revision 3 logo of a Scam School episode, but it's a... yeah, okay. Oh, wait, I guess I should have looked at... the DCTV... DCTVpedia on that. That's hilarious. But why don't they just say stop or hey, that's my card when you throw it down? That is entirely well, here we'll go through it. Yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder how that got put in there. Let me wait. Yeah, now I just really want to know. Here we go. I'll paste this one in. Do more research and find out. I'm gonna burn let's do a deep research credit on that. There we go. We'll see We'll see if we have an answer like in 10 minutes. I find that the deep research things are actually pretty good. But provisionally, I don't know how many people are watching this in the future. I suspect not nearly as many as are watching it now, because there's a recency bias. The fact that YouTube is making old-timey things new again. It's possible to come in, do a show, and people are like, well, then do it again, that show. All right. Cool. All right, so to Che's question, why don't they just say stop or that's my card or whatever? That is the importance of nonverbal communication. And there are two parts of this that are like, well, actually here, there's actually a number of things to like. First of all, this opening shot, super good. Look at that depth of field, that sense of place. That B-roll, pow, 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 all that stuff that really happened, that we get a surprise, we establish a pattern, the fact that for 20 episodes, there's one line we've never crossed. This becomes an interesting episode because we pull out the card and you can tell that we're into a new area. This is the first time that I just straight up teach a magic trick, but even then, I add parentheticals about how it will be worth it for a very important reason. Also, you can tell just how practiced I am at teaching this specific trick, because you'll notice there's a number of times I don't use words to make my point. I instead use visuals. For example, I could tell you the words. No amount of cutting the cards actually changes the order in it, but that intuitively, that just lands as word salad falling off your head. And you're like, well, I guess I just have to trust Brian. Instead, what I do is I spread them all the way wide, almost being a circle, and I change where the break is, and then I change it again. So visually, you're able to watch with your own eyes that the order of the cards didn't change. And so that is now your own epiphany. And in fact, we go to that edge case of what if we did cut between the key card and the other card? Then what happens with the next cut? They go right back together. At all times, yes, I am bothering to say words that go along with this, but the real work in the education process was the polished visuals, and you could see him nodding before I even get to my point. And also, because this is the early days here, you'll notice that I'm checking in constantly with him to make sure that we are sharing the same mental map. And of course, the one bit of knowledge that I have that he doesn't happens while he's holding that card up. Here, we can watch this again.
What you got? You got it?
Here, I'll turn this down. So in this case, I already looked at it at the beginning. Here, we'll watch it again, knowing what we know now. That's right. And so he's showing off the card. There we go. And now watch my hands here. He says stop. And then look, very clearly, you can watch me just turn and stare at it. And of course, his eyes are down here. My eyes are down here. And the camera correctly tells that story. And then now notice the respect, the matching of the mind maps of you are thinking this, I am thinking this. This is that game of psychological chess, mental chess that we're playing, where we are both on the same page, where I am tipping what I know that he knows, and then I'm answering his question, and so I'm complicating things. And then as he's having the thought, I am calling out that thought. And then now he has a part in it as well. And then just as he's thinking, well, I don't know, maybe he was able to visually do all that stuff. And then now it's like, okay, it's getting very hard for me to believe he knows where it is. And also, he provisionally has to take at face value that it's not a marked deck of cards, because otherwise it's not as interesting a trick. And then, of course, I'm withholding the information of where this is going the entire time. Oh, wait, hold on. Pause everything. Slinging Nerd gave money. And you know what that means?
Oh, damn. Oh, there we go. Oh, damn.
What? What's going on?
Slinging Nerd gave money.
He gave money. He gave money. That means Brian has to drop everything and answer his question.
I think you should answer the question.
Thank you very much, Sling and Nerve. To be honest, I think about it quite a bit. But what I keep thinking of is the story done? If the story's done, then it's probably, if the story's done, then yeah, by all means, write an autobiography. If the story isn't done, then consider the possibility that you're just being self-indulgent and you don't want that look. Now, having said all of that, in service of something, I'll tell lots of stories about myself, but I don't know that I'm ready to have a story just told about my own self. But if there's a gift I could give to somebody else, and in give that gift by telling stories about myself, then I'll do that all day. And to be honest, we're probably seeing some kind of proto version of all of that coming together with the daily live streams on office hours and the revisit of Scam School. Anyway, back to enough about me talking like I'm great. Can we get back to me talking about how I'm great? So in this case, you could tell I'm very, very practiced here. The trick works, and you could tell that the guy's very deeply present and in the moment when I ask him if he's going to buy a drink. And then that one, that seems like a Brian note to spell it out for everyone.
Kevin,
Yeah,
would you be absolutely amazed if the next card I turned over was your card?
I would, yeah.
Would you buy me a beer if I nailed it?
Yeah,
So that hesitation right there, that was a big leap, and he almost pulled back. You can get over that leap by smoothing out the friction by asking a secondary question. Would you be amazed if the next card I turn over was your card? And then you might ask, how amazed? And then he will reveal just how certain he is of his mental model, at which point you can push back, maybe say, nah, I got this. And then, or maybe put him on defense, get him to a place where he aggressively wants to stake a claim. And then you get him to plant that flag too far across the line, and then you reveal where the card is. By the way, BioCow asks, well, what happens if you get to the very last card and you haven't seen their key card? If you get to the very last card and you have not seen the key card, then what that means is that the very last card must be the key card, which therefore means that the very first card you turned over was their card. So if you get to the very last one and you haven't seen the key card, then you just hold it and you flick that card and you say, how amazed would you be if the next card I turned over was your card? And they're like, it was the very first card. So very amazed, in which case you could scoop down to the bottom, or you could just grab all the cards, flip them over, something like that, and then set that down. Either way works. And then the second best is to get to the next to last card. You see the key card, and then you say, how amazed would you be if this was your card? And you know it is, because you haven't seen the key card until the one you just put down, so it must be theirs, and you have a double miracle on your hands. And so other things that I think are, so here's the thing, there's two ways to do this. You'll notice that I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but I'm a fairly big fan of layers, multiple layers of a thing. At the surface level, there we go. Boop, 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 boop. At the surface level, you've got the trick. And the trick is he picked a card and he found out the card. But there's another one. There's the fake out layer. And then the real magic is the magic that we thought this is about the trick, but instead everything appears to be a magic trick. And the bet is the real hook. The bet is the real payoff. The bet is the one thing that feels like an aside out of nowhere, but in fact is the whole point of the trick. And yet, that's why it's so very, very important that you don't begin with, I'm going to scam a free drink out of you. So instead, you begin with, let's do a trick. And then somewhere along the way, you find yourself in that free drink territory. Now, you guys have heard me talk before about how there's 3 different styles of tricks. You got your openers that require no effort from the other party, your tweeners that build value, and then your payoff, your closers like this one that actually get you paid. So this is a very, very strong closer. It should be your first closer in there. All right. By the way, there's a couple other things I wanted to get to, but I forgot to say hello to all of you beautiful elites. Hello, Flochinachi. Hello, Slingin' Nerd. Hello, Taylor Latus. Hello, Kuro Metariku. Hello, Che. Hello, oh yeah, it's Adam. By the way, thank you very much for becoming a patron. We are at day 4, I believe, of maintaining patron chat 0. So thank you to everybody. If you guys are new here, if you haven't heard, emails, I get a lot of them, but in general, I'm able to either answer or not answer or throw away SMS messages, but I have always and will always keep up with everybody in the patron chat. Patreon.com/Modern Rogue. It's super, super easy to do. Also, if you want to stay in touch via email, make sure to sign up at signup.scamstuff.com. And yes, you heard me mention before, I'm booking this fall's tour schedule. If you have an event coming up and you want an amazing keynote with a bit of magic, an important pressing message that will save your business money when it comes to security awareness training, guess what? The robots have bad guys, or no, the bad guys have robots. I wonder if the robots have bad guys. Oh, that'll be an interesting time. The bad guys have robots, and so soon it's going to be on us to be totally scam-proof. And there's only one way to become scam-proof, and luckily I know a thing or two about doing it in a very entertaining way. So reach out at brian@shwood.com if you want me to work your event this fall. Don't forget that October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, so that's going to be a very busy time for your boy. Lost 8 says that one of the first card tricks learned as a kid, Banterat. Good call, Banterat. Reminds us that one of the games we're playing is to give comments, place your bets. How many views do you think this episode from 16 years ago got? Place your bets, lock them in. The answer is 31,000. This is one of the most popular ones. That's great. 4 years ago? Why, thank you. Boom. Yep. That guy did say yeah a lot. I forgot that happened. I'm watching this. You are too kind. I'm even older now. Boom. Haha, that one sounded almost plausible. Brian. Yep. Heh. Thank you back. I'm a bit late. Love it. I should bring it back. Yep. Very much so. Woo. It's a rite of passage. Awesome. Okay, man, maybe there's too many comments for me to get them all. Woo! Sorry, I'm late. Ha! Yep. LOL. That's a deep cut. Good job. Yeah. $20 seemed like more than I believed we'd get. BB. Okay. Paused at 6:37. Let's see what's at 6:37. 6:37. Oh. Yep, that'll do it. I think that was the literal point I was going for. Dropped my pad. Sit tight. Thank you, co-host. Boop, boop. Come back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, there we go. Oh, double no. There we go. Kill this. Restart that. Connect to app. And share that screen. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Nailed it. Everything's fine. Nothing ever went wrong. There we go. And then we'll see if there are any other comments, and then we can wrap on up. It's been 13 years. Are you still alive, baby? Great. Great, great, great. All right. Lost Hate points out the misleading by flicking the card in the hand. That is one of the other important parts. You could tell, because I mentioned that so much of what we do is non-lingual, that moment that I lie without words, but by implication, and I allow them to autocomplete, that is also one of the most important parts of this one. Good job. Suggestive fire nozzles. They'll be pleased to be reminded of that free coffee they got 13 years ago. BioCow, I'll get to you guys 12 years later. Oh, man, the stream cut out 4 times. I don't love that. Heck yeah, book me for a keynote at your 3-year-old's birthday party. Yeah, something tells me Che's got psychic powers. Patron chat 0. I appreciate the pun game, but I don't know what the pun is there. I mean, just being on the being all caught up in the Patreon chat on the Modern Rogue. That's please don't SMS Brian. Okay. Well, guys, I think we got through. I didn't have much of a list because I knew we were going to have so much to talk about this time. So I guess for anybody watching who didn't see the answer before, that initial question right there, I have 2 coins totaling 30 cents, but one is not a nickel. What are they? Of course, it's 25 cents and a nickel. The 25-cent coin is not a nickel. That is a groaner. I feel like Diamond Jim Tyler should be here with that one. I love you, Jim. But it's a classic, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Do me a favor. Make sure to go check out Scoundrel if you haven't seen that game. Go to Modern Rogue. Search for the word Scoundrel. It's great. Great, great, great. All right, gang. See you tomorrow.